All right, you've made the decision that you're ready to purchase a property in Victoria, but you don't want to overpay for that property. But then you ask yourself, how will I know what the right price is? How will I know if I'm overpaying for a property? I'm here to help. I am going to give you 5 key indicators that are going to help you determine what the appropriate price is for a property before you move ahead and make an offer on a property. So hang on, grab your notepad, grab your pen, and get ready to take some notes. By the way, if we haven't met yet, let me introduce myself. My name is Zoe Olivia. I'm a local realtor living in Victoria and loving it in Victoria. I'm a top-ranked, award-winning realtor. I work alongside my brother as my business partner. We've been selling real estate together for over 20 years. In fact, we've helped over 2,300 clients successfully meet their real estate goals. And my hope is to be your secret weapon if you are thinking of buying or selling in Victoria. All right, let's get started. So the 5 key things, and the 5th point is going to be the most impacting. So hang on till the end. And by the way, if you like what I'm sharing, feel free to give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more great tips and information coming down the pipeline. Now let's get started. All right. Point number 1, one thing you want to look at, one metric that's going to qualify into how to price your property that you're going to purchase out is the recent sales on the streets. Now, bear with me. It might sound simple, but it's really important. You don't just want to look at the one property and consider, well, they've listed it for this amount of money. Maybe we can get $5,000 off. No. You don't want to go there. What you want to know first is what's recently sold on that street and what is the price point of the sales. There is a threshold, even if it's not a similar type of property. So first number you want to know, recent sale on the street, especially the highest recent sale on the street. All right, point number 2, the recent sales of similar properties in the area. Now, the street might not have similar properties, but the area is definitely going to have similar properties. And that's where you want to look in a very tight area, what's recently sold that's similar. So if, for example, you're considering a 3-bedroom single-family home with a suite, you want to look in the local area, the tight local area, for other 3-bedroom homes with a suite. Where did that property sell at? How long was it on the market? You want to look at the metrics around that. All right. Point number 3, you must consider the condition of the home. Just because a property is listed for a certain amount of money does not mean that is the value of that property. That really means it's the seller's wish. But we don't buy based on a seller's wish. We buy on market value and what's reasonable. In fact, we like you to buy for below market value. So the condition of the home is very important. They might have priced the property for whatever reason is important to them, but you want to look at things like how old is the roof? What condition is the roof in? Has the property been renovated? Does it need to be renovated? All of those details will factor in to a price point, and that will be included in the big assessment and formula for what you're going to make to what number you're going to offer on the property. Okay, number 4, we're getting close to the end here. Number 4, you want to look at the sales history of the home. Now, it's really easy for people to miss this, and I honestly don't know why they do, because it is so basic, it is so simple. When a property is listed on the market, I do not want you to look at the list price. I want you to look at the history of the house. You are never going to know, unless you're a neighbor or you've been looking for a very long time, if that home has already been on the market at a higher price and just didn't sell. So going into the history on MLS to see what is the listing history of the property is very important to you. It may have been canceled. It may have been withdrawn. It may have expired. It might have had a price reduction and a price reduction and a price reduction, and you're now just finally seeing it in a price range that works for you. But if you don't see the history beyond that number, you're not going to really know what the motivation is of the seller and what that property has been through. So take your agent and get them to look a little bit deeper into this, because you need to know the history of the home. Point number 5. Are you ready for this? You might think it's simple, but actually I don't think a lot of agents even think about this, but it's a key part of our strategy with pricing property. When a listing hits the market and people are excited to go and see it, the first thing we do is look at the showing schedule. So you can look behind the scenes and see how many showings are booked on that property throughout the week. Now, when I first look, day one on market, if there are a lot of showings, that means this property is getting a lot of attention. You want to get in there and see it quickly, and then go through the rest of the items on the list that we talked about, point 1 to 4. But if there are crickets, if there are no showings booked, you want to know that. And we look at that day after day after day. So if you called me and said, I'm really interested in this property at 123 Banana Street, I would look at that listing and immediately open up the showing window as though I'm going to book a showing and see, do they have any activity on the books? Second day on market, same thing. So if you're not able to get in and view that property for a few days, it's okay. We're keeping a watch of that, and we'll be able to know how desirable is this property, how quickly are people getting in there to see it. So I hope those 5 tips help. Just in summary, you want to know the recent sale on the street, the recent sale of similar properties in the area, the current condition of the home. Number 4 is the sales history of the home itself with MLS. And number 5, the showing schedule. How active is that property? I hope that helps. If you've liked listening to this and this has been helpful for you, feel free to subscribe. I'd love to know where you're listening from. So in the comments below, put down your name or where you're watching from. And I just want you to know, I respond to all of the comments myself personally. So if you have any questions that you have about Victoria real estate, feel free to post your question down below. I'd be happy to answer that for you. All right. Go ahead, have a great day, and wait for my next video, which is coming out, that is going to talk about how to prepare the strongest offer to get the property that you want without having to pay the seller's wish price. Stay tuned.